Hey guys, this is Tom with draftmagic.com, and I know it's been a while since I posted a video. There's been a lot of things going on in the holidays. Been really busy, but I wanted to get back to getting some games in, and did a game or two with the Bant control deck. Made a couple changes and added in Tameo, kind of shaved down to two of the Garricks, two of the Jaces, just to kind of give an even spread of the Planeswalkers to get really a little bit more out of being able to wrath the board and then drop Planeswalker and take over. The other card that I upped a little bit was Augur of Bolas, and I really like this move just because it gives us more of an early game. It also gives us a very sizable um, sort of kind of way to deal with some of the early pressure aggro decks, kind of get in the way with Bolas, hopefully get to that Supreme Verdict faster to get our game plan going. The other addition I made was Think Twice, and I think that kind of helping to smooth out the mana while at the same time having some nice synergy with Terminus really just kind of helps sort of grease the wheels a little bit more and set up our game plan, which is pretty simple. I mean, just to essentially get some advantage, get some lands in play, wrath the board, and then have a Planeswalker out, start taking control, and then draw infinite cards with Sphinx's Revelation. So that's kind of the plan. Looking to the board, especially seeing some of the very, very fast Rakdos decks that are out there, I think having access to a third Terminus alongside the other Wraths is really kind of maybe not a bad move at this point. I have the third Garrick on the board just because a lot of the Naya decks and especially some of the other green-based decks are using Garrick Relentless, which can be a real problem, and just being able to blank their Garrick I think is going to be a good game. You're just giving us sort of a better toehold against some of those decks. At the same time, we still want to have access to Centaur Healer for the aggro decks, Clone to take out Olivia Valdarin, some of the other problem legends, and then at the same time give us something to do against, we're really Geist of St. Traft, just depending if it pops up. A lot of the mid-range kind of American red, blue, and white, or just blue and white decks have been moving away from Geist of St. Traft, but it's still a very, very powerful card against us if it can get off the ground, especially behind a Runechanter's Pike. So having access there is really great. At the same time, I think that it was a nice move to add in Dispel, just to give us some action against other decks that are running Sphinx's Revelation. I'm seeing a lot of decks now, not only blue-white control, blue-red-white control, and then also Bant control that are running either the full play set of Sphinx's Revelation or 3 in the main. And I think this is really no coincidence. This card is just so powerful. In some of the recent games I've had, being able to just wipe the board, go down to 1 card and then draw 11 cards on their end step is just, it's just stupid. I mean, there's really no other word for it. The other card which I really like in the board is Rest in Peace. Aside from the obvious benefit you gain against zombies or Reanimator, this is actually very good against green-white aggro because having a Rest in Peace in play allows the kind of advantage effect that they get from Rancor to completely go away. So, once you can wrath the board with Rest in Peace in play, Rancor's totally out of your hair. And at the same time, it does a great job of making Runechanter's Pike a complete joke. So this is kind of the build we're looking at now. I still am running 26 lands. I think that just, the extra lands really are hugely beneficial because we can get the value back when we use Sphinx's Revelation a little bit later in the game. So it's worth playing the extra lands. But just going to do a quick 2-man here, and I'm also excited because I've been able to set aside some time this weekend to do the Premier Event Standard, so we'll see how we do. But we'll see you here in just a moment. Okay, here we are. Let's take a look at our opening hand. Really happy here. I mean, I think Twice is going to be great. We've got all the colors that we need, Supreme Verdict, and then Angel backup. The other thing that I think was a nice move, I shifted down to 2 Restoration Angel main, and part of the reason is because while they are still very good about blinking out either Augur of Bolus or being able to blink out the Thragtusk, I think it's a little bit of a weaker card in our deck just because, you know, when we're going to be wrathing the board, which is really our plan, they are just going to be wiped out. So I think that, you know, 2 is about where we want to be. It's to still get some value to be able to kind of protect our guys and then get some extra value, but not just kind of go overboard. Also, you know, having more of the 2 drops, I think, gives us some good game at really being able to have a better chance against some of the aggro decks. You know, before we just had, I think, 2 copies of Mulch and Farseek. If we didn't have one, I mean, we could just literally not get to turns 4 or 5 and just get run over. So I like kind of the mana fixing of Think Twice. And it, you know, gives us the ability to sort of, you know, feign a counter spell or whatever. I guess having not played blue for really most of the time that I've been playing Magic in the last couple of years, you know, I really didn't underestimate the power of leaving 2 blue mana open, essentially. You know, even just by doing this, he might have played Borderland Ranger here instead of, you know, locks it on. What the hell's the name of it? The 4/4 for 3. Just, you know, subtle differences that like that might, you know, save you some life and potentially help out. Like here, I mean, you know, we could have, you know, potentially kept the white open mana in case we were to use Think Twice to draw Terminus, you know, or played out the other Think Twice. But I want to just get the Temple Garden out there and not pay the life because we just got Verdict next turn anyways. So we're definitely going to need to be able to stabilize here with Thragtusk after wiping the board. This is just more or less to kind of slow him down a little bit. Okay. So unfortunately, we gotta bite the bullet a little bit here in terms of losing some life to gain some life, but I think it's definitely gonna be worth it. And sadly, not going to be able to have the room here to blink out Thragtusk. You need to block. Although, well, let's see. If he has Angel, he's going to want to blink Thragtusk and just get the value here. We obviously want to blink our own, but I think, I mean, we'd just be taking 5 anyways. We're happy to block here. This way, if he's got the Angel, we don't give him the extra 5 damage finesse. And there's Angel. Yep. So there's no reason for us to take 5 damage there, just to allow him to get his free guy. Well, I think the name of the game here is just popping out Angel, so we can more or less do the same thing, although if we attack now, he's definitely going to block. And I think we want to hide the fact that we've got Angel, although it'll be somewhat obvious. So I think we just drop down Angel. We'll leave the, possible idea that maybe we don't have it, but fan the counterspell here. And at this point, we're just going to be trying to do damage control since he's going to be buffing up his guys. So ideally here, we want to make sure his Thragtusk dies. So if we do have our board wipe, we're able to actually clear his board entirely. So I think we block here and then trade Beast for Geist. Keep Angel around. We could actually just take out Beast and trade, I guess, trade Beast for Angel to leave Geist up. But then I think Geist gets out of our range next turn, so I think this is fine. This way we can save Angel for later when his guys are bigger. Alright, so at this point, we really want to be able to pick up a Wrath effect here very soon. So I think the play here is we can think twice, Farseek, and then play Hallowed Fountain, opening us up for Revelation next turn, although I'm not sure we're going to have enough time. So like next turn, it's like block, block. We pretty much need it now is the problem. So like if we go to 7 and then draw 3 cards there, go to 10, can double block this guy, drop to 1. Ugh, it's pretty dicey. Yeah, because we may not have 2 turns to make this all nice and sweet. Otherwise, we stay at 9, draw a card, Farseek, and then yeah, we need the extra cards here, I think. Yeah, because we take 5, 9, double block. Okay. Yeah, so that's the play. So, I mean, even if he has Geist here, we just double block, drop low. All right, let's see what we've got here. Hopefully we have an answer. And I think it's a little greedy to leave one open to try to go for Terminus, because we have it next turn. Okay, so there's the verdict. So now we're just trying to do damage control. Hopefully he drops some more threats. Yuck. Ugh. That's a problem. Okay, so now we can just Farseek plus Verdict and then drop Garden. I think that's the play. He's got Angel, we're in trouble. Alright, so he's got Angel. Potentially drop to 2. So we need another Wrath effect, pretty much stat. Okay, let's see, what is the play here? So we can Revelation for 2, hope to draw Wrath, but we only have 2 in the deck. That's a pretty low chance. If we Revelation for 6, go to 9, still die. Can drop Jace, go for the top 3. I think that's probably more likely. I mean, that gives us probably the best odds. Then it's still really iffy. We have a chance of maybe getting a Thragtusk or something. It's not going to be enough. Anything else we can do here? I think we are... These are only outs. Let's see. Thragtusk doesn't do it. Tameo doesn't do it. So we need Verdict. Okay. Huh. We can also try to like think twice into Terminus next turn if we whiff, so we're not totally dead. I mean, it's definitely grim, but I think we're just pretty much going for it here. So like on his upkeep we can go think twice, hope to raw dog one of the Terminuses, and have a backup plan. Not exactly what we were looking for there. Okay. All right, not quite out of the woods yet. I guess we can do it during his attack phase. There's no reason to do it on his upkeep. There's nothing he could play that would be any different. All right, here goes. Nope. All right, green, white, blue, or green, white. So bring in Detention Sphere, Terminus. I can bring in Clone. I think we do want to bring in Rest in Peace because he probably has Rancor in his deck. It looks like the aggro version. Garruk is definitely going to be pretty good. Let's see. Clone, probably. Think Twice is great with Terminus here, but at the same time, Rest in Peace and Think Twice is not exactly a combo. You shave these. Let's see. Jace is not as effective against huge creatures. I think Tameo is still quite good, though. Clone, Angel. Not sure exactly what else to cut here. maybe we can shave a land. Probably cutting an island. I guess I'm not sure how effective Tameo is. Tameo I think has got to be good. I think we can probably, well, I think I actually will shave the angels. I think maybe an auger. Just kind of run it like that. So pretty happy with this open. It's not super fast, but we do have Detention Sphere to buy us some time. And probably should have let out there with Temple Garden since we've got Glacial Fortress, so that was potentially a mistake if we draw like Farseek next turn. Luckily we have the forest. That's awkward. Okay, let's get rid of that right away. I'm just kind of sitting tight here. No reason to use Detention Sphere yet. Probably save it for like Smiter or maybe Angel. He's probably got Angel coming. We don't want to drop either of the Planeswalkers right into an Angel. I think we're just dropping Thragtusk and calling it a day. Sure. The problem here is that Gavany Township does a lot of work against us, unfortunately. Making all of his little sheds real threats. But I think it's worth it to kind of force him to time walk here a little bit. We're fine with that. Especially since we don't have angels to blink stuff out, so we're not getting any more value. And we're certainly not going to beat down. So now we can go ahead and drop down Tameo, start locking stuff up. We could also just draw a couple cards off Revelation, you know, get ready to kind of wipe it up a little bit, but I think Tameo's actually fine here. And I suppose we can also use Tamio to lock down Township. I mean, not this turn, obviously, but later on. At the very least, this way we force like another angel. Yep, and we're happy to make that trade. So now we can drop down Garrick and start making some dorks. We could also just draw 4 cards here. Kind of like drawing the 4 cards, but at the same time dropping Garrick does protect Tamio, and I'm all about that. Tamio certainly seems pretty sweet. I'm already happy that I've got her in the deck. Like it puts our opponent in a nice position where they kind of have to commit more to the board than they really want to. I'm definitely all about that. Alright, so now we can go ahead, draw a bunch of cards with Revelation. Use a Beast token to chump the Smiter. Could also just Detention Sphere here, but I kind of just want to draw some cards. The one minor bad thing is that he could have Angel here. It's very potentially likely he's got Angel, but even if he does, he doesn't kill either of our Planeswalkers. So I don't think we really care just yet. He can pump his guys up a little bit, and then we can just essentially chump with our beasts and then wipe the board next turn. So like worst case scenario, he's got Angel. Otherwise, he just pumps his dorks. So now let's go ahead and find out exactly what we're drawing. Alright, so there's Verdict. Easy, done. We'll force his hand by tapping him out. Wipe the board next turn. This is exactly the kind of game you want to be playing, just in complete control. I mean, minus an Angel potentially, but other than that, he's pretty much totally locked out. And if he commits anything else here, it's just even funnier. Sure. So first order of business, let's go ahead and clean this out. Oops. And probably should have far-seeked first, I guess. That would have been better. I think we'll just auger here. So we've got terminus back up. I suppose, what we could have done, we could have actually used Tamiyo to draw some cards, but I mean, now we're getting closer to Tamiyo Ultimate, which is pretty funny too. I think it's more or less irrelevant either way, but yeah. Opponent is raging. I guess we can just kill him next turn, more or less. Sure. I guess the tension sphere is pretty funny. I mean, he gets a bunch of 3/3s, but who really cares? We could even, like detention sphere then verdict. I mean, we've got guys, so it's not a really big deal. I suppose it's about the same. Yeah, I think we're just gonna. Oh, the hell with it. Let's just do that. Or we could just like terminus and then verdict, or nah. No real reason to, but. Oh yeah, we can do the emblem. That's kind of cool. Let's do that. Then we can just verdict twice. Tamiyo was pretty nuts. That ought to do it. I guess, yeah, the rest of this is kind of irrelevant. Let's see, 3. Okay, yeah, he's just dead. All right, there it is. Okay, now into the big game 3. So we are getting a little bit low on the clock. Something to be aware of for sure. But I think I'm just going to leave it as is. Attempt to rinse and repeat. So this hand does need a little bit of work. We need some green mana. But I think other than that, I mean, we've got Tension Sphere, Verdict. If we can pick up a green source, we've got Farseek. Being on the draw, definitely going to keep this hand. And there's the green source we're looking for. Guess we could do that. Yeah, I mean for 1 white. We really want to do that right now. Guess we have like another Verdict backup. I don't really need to. I guess saving a little bit of damage, but I mean I'm probably gonna pay for this later, but I don't think we care about doing that yet. Yeah, so okay, so he definitely is representing Angel. No reason to play Tameo yet, that's for sure. Guess we could Detention Sphere. No, well, Angel is kind of pesky and annoying, that's for sure. Ag, we shove, see what he does. If he trades, we verdict. If he doesn't trade, we verdict. So yeah. See if we can finesse a couple damage here. Collective Blessing. Oh, that's awkward. Well, luckily we have the Tension Sphere. I don't think we need to get rid of it yet, though. I think first we're just going to go ahead and drop Tamiyo. Start setting up the nonsense. We could also verdict, I suppose. I think I'd rather just Tamiyo. So like now most likely he's going to go end of turn Angel. So now we can just Attention Sphere his Blessing. And then tap his Beast down. Or if he plays out guys, we can just Terminus. Garruk, on the other hand, can also get Detention Sphered. Yeah. I think we just double Detention Sphere here. Tap down the 3/3. Tamiyo shrinks a little bit. Then we drop Thragtusk next turn. I think that's got to be the play. Now if he tries to play out more guys, ugh, Township, yuck. I guess we should have blocked the wolf. I suppose now we're pushing Angel if he's got it. But he's just going to pump, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, you know, but it's doable. Now I'm very happy we kept the Terminus. So now we just drop Terminus, as much as that sucks, and tap down his Gavany Township. And we're really low on the clock, so we gotta start playing fast. Ugh, yuck. good news is we've more or less stabilized here. Whoops. Now we're going to start beating down because we're low on time. I guess he could have Angel. I guess if we were going to tap him down, we should have tapped him down to begin with. That was foolish. That was just, yeah, that was a waste. Alright, so now bashing in. And we could draw a bunch of cards here, or we could just clone and go for beatdown. I think we're just going for beatdown. And opponent continues to rage. So that pretty much should put him out of it here. And that'll do it. So yeah, I really like Tamio in this deck. I mean, she's just so defensive and aggressive and do everything and fun stuff like recur Supreme Verdict twice a turn. Yeah, I think it just rounds out the deck. Really like the Augur to help get there, but hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you on Sunday for the premiere event.